Hi there. Welcome to my views and news. Jawar has announced the launch of second round of his offensive, I would say, political offensive on the Ethiopian PM Abiy, and he claimed this second round will lead to more pressure upon the Ethiopian PM Abiy. What did he say? From where will he launch this second offensive, political offensive? And I want to share a little with you about the personality clash between Jawar and Abiy. We'll draw some parallels to later in the video. Firstly, viewers, Jawar has completed his tour of Europe. He visited Netherlands, Germany, UK, and now he's going to travel to North America. He'll visit Canada and Europe. Obviously, his tour is about book launch, but it's basically a tour to mobilize Oromo diaspora, his support base against the Ethiopian government. He will start the tour of North America from the 11th of January from Minnesota. He'll visit then other places too in Canada, US. And in a talk in Europe for this week, last week, Jawar said that the second round of the tour will lead to more pressure upon the Ethiopian government. Why? Why will it lead to more pressure upon the government? What will he do different from the first round? Jawar is visiting US too. US has huge Oromo diaspora presence. And we could see Jawar meet with American officials. America is a key player, by the way, in the Horn of Africa, in Ethiopia especially. US mediated between TPLF and federal government, and US mediated between Oromo Liberation Army and the Ethiopian government. US are ready to mediate between Fano and government. US green-lighted the approval of IMF World Bank loans for Ethiopia. US influence in Ethiopia cannot be denied. Jawar will definitely try to talk to US lawmakers, US policymakers to get their support. If somehow he gets support from the US, definitely it will lead to more pressure upon the Ethiopian government. He is portraying an image of the PM Abiy's government as if it's corrupt, it's inefficient, it lacks capability, and it is interested in waging wars only. And Abiy is not good for peace and stability, not just in Ethiopia, but in the Horn of Africa. And this is what he will try to convince, he will try to tell the US government to convince them to remove Abiy and to support him. So we'll see. Secondly, as I said earlier, Oromo diaspora, Ethiopian diaspora in US is very influential, rich diaspora community there. And in the past too, Jawar held some big shows in the US political shows when he took diaspora people into confidence. I think that one of the main issues between Jawar and Abiy is personality clash too. It's like Maro and Sunny and Nagasa fought. People say Sunny was in contact with PP. He was working against Ola. But I think that both had the same type of personalities. Both have the same type of personality. Both are very strong in their views, strict as well, calling each other dictators, and the two could not get along well. They reconciled too, but reconciliation did not work. And Sunny ultimately had to say goodbye to Ola. It was Showa versus Valega too. It was a personal clash too between uh, Sunny and Kumsa Dereva. I think same is the case here too. Abi and Jawar both are people say they don't listen to others. Strong headed, and they think they're better than others, smarter than others, they know more than others, not willing to listen to others, don't believe in real consultation, though they talk about dialogue, talk about consultation, talk about reconciliation, but they don't internally believe in engagement, discussion. They just want whatever they say to happen. And Jawar opposed Abiy. He did not become part of Abiy's government. He wanted to be a player, but he did not want to work under Abiy. Lima joined Abiy's government, if you remember, but Lima then just got disappointed and he left Ethiopia. Jawar did not join the government. Hachalo was murdered and he was then thrown in prison. He was released. He stayed silent for months. Now he knows that this is the time to be active. But again, I would say that this fight is going to turn into a personal political fight too between two Oromo politicians, Jawar and Abiy. Both have very similar personalities, but both say they are good for Ethiopia. Each of them accuses the other of working against the interests of Ethiopia. Jawar accuses Abiy of destroying Ethiopia, and Abiy accuses Jawar of trying to destabilize Ethiopia. It's up to the people to decide what to conclude about the two leaders. It's a duel between two politicians. Individual duel. I don't think that so far Jawar and Abiy have managed to build strong support behind them. They are trying to do that. Both are trying to build their fronts. They don't want to be alone. Each of them does not want to be alone in this fight. But so far, the fight is on a personal level. Can they form alliances to weaken the other side? Let's see. That remains to be seen. We'll cover Jawar's next round of foreign trips too, starting from the 11th of January. And if anyone gets information about Jawar's engagements in the US, especially engagements with the US government, do get in touch with me so that we can exchange our views on that. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.